we get this question from Mitchell, and a couple people were asking me this on Twitter. With the Kyle McCord, with him leaving, does this change Jeremiah Smith's decision? Now, Brian, I don't think Jeremiah Smith particularly wanted to play with Kyle McCord. If anything, I'm going to wait and see who Ohio State gets, right? Like if JJ, if he's going to stay locked in with Ohio State, or if he's going to consider Florida State or Miami. And just so people know, if you stick around, I do have quotes from Jeremiah's father after Miami's recent in-home visit with Jeremiah Smith. But do you think that now Kyle McCord leaving, does this in any way, how does this affect Jeremiah Smith, if at all?
Well, when you have a special recruit like that, and I know Ohio State thinks he's a generational player, you're going to keep him in the loop. So soon as Kyle had let them know or whatever he was going to do, I bet you Jeremiah knew before Kyle hit send. So that would be my guess. I mean, if you have an elite recruit and they've had a long-standing relationship with him, there's going to be communication. And I'm sure he's going to say, well, who's going to be the quarterback? Because why wouldn't he? And they're probably going to tell him, this is the guy we're going after. So like you said, it depends on who they get. To be continued. So he wants to go there and be developed by that staff. And I get it. I mean, they've done a tremendous job with the receivers, but you got to have somebody to get you the football. And I don't know which guy it's going to be. They got some good young quarterbacks on the roster, but none of them are proven. Are you going to tie yourself to that is the question. And I get it, but Miami's not exactly in a very profitable situation at quarterback either. So you got to look at it from both sides of the ledger.
So here's I want to read this excerpt from a story on Kane Sport about the recent visit. Miami went in home with Jeremiah Smith. It was Shannon Dawson, the offensive coordinator, and my guy Kevin Beard, the wide receivers coach. You know, KB has done an awesome job building relationships with top receivers around the country. Here's what Kane Sport wrote about that recent visit. Jeremiah Smith, committed to Ohio State, could return to Miami for another visit before signing day after yesterday's in-home visit from the Hurricanes coaching staff. His father, Christopher, told Kane Sport. It's also been expected for the past several weeks Jeremiah and his father would likely return to Miami before signing day, but that now seems increasingly likely. Quote from his father, he definitely may have another visit to Miami. I don't know what to do with that line. He definitely might visit again. They continue. Miami's offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson and receivers coach Kevin Beard paid Jeremiah an in-home visit on Saturday evening, which marked the Smiths' first in-home of the fall as Florida State continues to push and Ohio State looks to solidify its standing with the country's top prospect. Smith will take an official visit to Florida State this coming weekend, and Seminoles head coach Mike Norvell is expected to be at Jeremiah's practice on Monday. So it's wild, Brian, and the sense that I get continues to be, if he doesn't stick with Ohio State, Florida State is probably the likely top flip option, but can Miami over these next couple of weeks, can Miami gain some momentum and try to pass Florida State in the race?
I always consider Miami in this, and it's ironic you brought that up because I was thinking about this earlier. How do you label Miami with Jeremiah? Because it's been in and out more times than I can count in terms of where they are with his recruitment. And I'm just going to say fluid, depending on their quarterback situation, much like Ohio State. He's not going to go to Miami right now because he doesn't know what's going to happen there. He needs more information. He already knows about Miami and the staff, and he gets along with KB and all those guys. Who's quarterback going to be?